So students, this subject is very vast. So we have to study its different branches to study the subject in detail. Okay. So there are various branches of chemistry. The main branches of chemistry are, why you are studying different branches, because this subject is very vast. So if you want to study anything, so you should study it separately, otherwise it will all mix up. That's why scientists make the branches of chemistry. So the first branch of chemistry is physical chemistry. Physical chemistry. Physical chemistry, it deals with the laws. Okay, it deals with the laws and principles governing the combination of atoms and molecules in chemical reaction. Basically, in physical chemistry, what you will study, you will study the laws and principles. Okay, that laws and principles that are required for the combination of atoms and molecules in chemical reactions. You know what are chemical reactions? In any chemical reactions, how atom and molecules join up together to make certain product, and what are the laws and principles regarding those joining, those combinations and those chemical reactions. So you will read all those laws and principles in physical chemistry. Let's take an example here. Here you have an equation of photosynthesis. Okay, this is the equation of photosynthesis, mean it is a chemical reaction. Okay, so it will read under the heading of chemistry, but in which branch? In the branch of physical chemistry. Why physical chemistry? Because here you will learn that how a glucose will form, what are the laws and what are the principles that required to form one molecule of glucose. So what are the principles and laws? Means 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 6 molecules of water are required to make glucose and oxygen. So all these principles, all those laws that are governing the combination of atoms and molecules during the chemical reaction, you will study all those laws and principles under the heading of physical chemistry, or in the branch of chemistry that is called as physical chemistry. Okay. Next is organic chemistry. Next is organic chemistry. Okay, organic chemistry. What is organic chemistry? Basically, organic chemistry is the study of organic compounds. Okay, study of organic compounds. Okay, what are organic compounds? Organic compound means those compound that obtained from living organisms. Okay, organic compound are those compounds that obtained from living organism. Okay, so basically it deals with the carbon compounds. Okay, now first of all, what are carbon compounds? According to you, carbon compounds will be carbon dioxide, right? It is carbon monoxide, carbonate, CO3, HCO3. According to you, all these are carbon compounds because they have carbon inside it. But my dear students, these carbon compounds will not obtain from living organisms. Okay, so you will not study all these things: carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, carbonates, bicarbonates. Basically, you will not study these things. Basically, you will study only those carbon compounds that are found along with hydrogen. Okay, so basically organic chemistry, it is the chemistry of hydrocarbon. So hydrocarbons are compound that are found, that have hydrogen with carbon. So carbon along with hydrogen will be considered as hydrocarbons, and these hydrocarbons always obtained from living material. Okay, these hydrocarbons are organic in nature, means they obtained from living organisms or from their dead remains. My dear students, organic compounds are those compounds that obtained from living organisms. So if you want to study those compounds, you will study it under the heading of organic chemistry. Like most of the consumer products are organic in nature. Like consumer products means which we consumed, like carbon dioxide, proteins, fats, all these things are organic in nature, means they obtained from living matter. Okay, they obtained from living matter. So all the compounds that obtained from living matter, studied of those compounds will be done under the heading of organic chemistry. That's why chemistry, it is also known as organic chemistry, is also known as chemistry of hydrocarbons. Why hydrocarbons? Because hydrocarbons are organic in nature and organic compounds obtained from living organisms. Next is the inorganic chemistry. Inorganic chemistry means it is the branch of chemistry that deals with the chemistry of elements. Okay, it deals with the chemistry of elements and compounds, generally obtained from non-living organisms. Okay, that obtained from non-living sources. So all the elements and all the compounds that obtained from non-living sources. Who is Moto E? So my dear students, the chemistry of elements and their compounds generally obtained from non-living organisms. So all the compounds and elements that obtained from non-living organisms, they will be studied under the heading of inorganic chemistry, like minerals. Okay, the compounds that you obtain from mountains, from sea, from anywhere, like from any non-living resource. That's why those compounds and elements that obtained from non-living sources, they will studied under the heading of inorganic chemistry. Okay, is that clear? Beta, if you want to ask anything, so please, I will give you last 10 minutes. You can ask at that time. Okay. Okay, the next is analytical chemistry. Analytical chemistry is what? As the name indicates, analytical chemistry means it is a branch that deals with analysis of chemical products. Okay, in this branch, what you will study? You will study how to analyze a chemical products. Analysis means to study the quality and quantity of a sample. Okay, analysis means to analyze something, means to study, to analyze its quality and quantity. Okay, quantity and quality of a sample. So basically, my dear students, it deals with the study of methods. Okay, study of methods and techniques involved to determine the kind, quality and quantity of various components in a given substance. Okay, here I will give you one example of blood sample. Okay, if a chemist want to analyze the blood sample, so what he will do? He will use some methods, he will use some techniques to analyze the blood sample, right? He will use some methods, some techniques to analyze the blood sample. What he will analyze in the blood sample? The quantity of hemoglobin or the quality of hemoglobin, the amount of WBCs, amount of RBCs, amount of leukocytes, everything. So what are the components, whatever the component that are present in the blood sample, if a chemist want to analyze that blood sample, obviously he will use some methods and techniques to analyze the sample. So for this, he will study the analytical chemistry. If you want to analyze something, so what you will do, if you want to analyze any chemical substance, so what you will do, you will study it under the heading of analytical chemistry. So basically it deals with the study of methods and techniques that is involved to determine the kind, quality and quantity of the substance. Okay, here you have some examples, like for the determination of melting and boiling points. If you want to if you want to determine the melting and boiling point of any substance, of any chemical compounds, so what you will do, you will use some techniques, you will use some methods. So basically all those methods and techniques will be come from the analytical chemistry. Here you have another example of chromatography. You have learned in class 6 chromatography. It is a technique to analyze the chemical compounds. Okay, chromatography, it is a technique, it is another technique that is used to analyze some chemical substances. Okay, their quality, their quantity. If you want to analyze the quality, quantity, so you can also use the chromatography technique. So my dear students, this is the study of techniques to analyze any chemical compounds. Okay, if you want to analyze any chemical compound, so the techniques will be used here, and you will study those techniques under the heading of analytical chemistry. Okay, next is biochemistry. Okay, biochemistry is basically considered as the backbone of chemistry. Backbone. Why biochemistry is so important? Now I will tell you here. Basically, your biochemistry, as the name indicates, bio means life. Bio means life. So chemistry that belongs to our life. So it deals with the compounds. It deals with the compounds that obtained from living organisms. That are the compounds of living organisms. That is plants and animals. Plants and animals and their metabolism. Okay, what does metabolism mean? Metabolism means to metabolize something. Metabolized means to break down anything into its simpler form or to make up different compounds. Larger molecules break down into smaller molecules, and smaller molecules combine together to form large molecules. So this is called basically metabolism. Inside your body, metabolism takes place right after when you eat something. So how does metabolism occur in your body? What type of chemicals are present in your body? What type of chemical reactions are going in your body? What is happening inside your body? What is happening inside your body, inside the plant's body? If you want to read these things, if you want to read those compounds, so what you will read? You will read biochemistry. As the name indicates, bio means life. It is a chemistry of life. So basically it deals with the compounds that are compounds of living organisms. Okay, next is industrial chemistry. Okay, this branch deals with the fruitful result of chemistry in the industries. Okay, what are the chemical processes, what the chemical compounds, how to make any chemical. You have to study everything. You will make certain processes to make up certain compounds, but if you want their fruitful results, so what you will do, you will come into industries. Okay, so in industrial industry chemistry, it is the branch of chemistry which deals with the study of different chemical processes. Okay, different chemical processes involved in the chemical industries for the manufacture of synthetic means man made, जो कि हम इंसान बनाता है. Synthetic products like glass, cement, paper, soda, fertilizers, medicines. So if you want to make any of these products, like if you want to make glass, so what type of chemical processes involved? How can you make a glass? How can you make a fertilizers? What chemicals will be used? What chemical processes will be involved in making of fertilizers? So all these things will come under the heading of industrial chemistry. So in industrial chemistry, you will study the different chemical processes that are required to make glass, cement, fertilizers, medicines, whatever. Okay. So all the chemical processes that required to produce any chemical component. So what you will do, you will study industrial chemistry. Okay. Next is nuclear chemistry. Okay, students, nuclear chemistry. Quickly, quickly, tell me what is a nucleus. Quickly tell me what is a nucleus. Write it down in the chat box. Quickly tell me what do you mean by nucleus. Nuclear bomb. Abdul Ahad, please. If you will misbehave, then I will remove you. Okay? Abdul Ahad, warning to you. Okay, anyone can please tell me nucleus is an atom. No, nucleus is an atom. Protons and neutrons, very good. The center part of an atom, very good. The center part of an atom. Atom, inside the atom, nucleus is present. Okay, inside the nucleus, protons and neutrons are present. So, yes, nucleus is present in atom. Okay, now, so it deals with the study of changes occurring in the nuclei of an atoms. Okay, एटम्स के न्यूक्लियस में जो भी चेंजेस आ रही हैं यू विल स्टडी दिस इन न्यूक्लियर केमिस्ट्री accompanied by the emission means to release. Okay, emission means release of invisible that cannot be seen by you. Radiation means rays. So it is the study of changes occurring in the nucleus of an atom accompanied by the emission of invisible radiation. Okay, so in nuclear chemistry, you will study about all the changes that are occurring inside the nucleus and what kind of rays are emitting from the nucleus. Okay, nuclear chemistry, every body is made up of nucleus, H plus P, P plus N, main component of an atom. Very good, all of you. Very good. Okay, so it also helps you to study about nuclear material like nuclear bomb, atomic energy, whatever, what are the things you will study it under the heading of nuclear chemistry. Okay, so the next is environmental chemistry. As the name indicates, environment. So this chemistry basically deals with the environment. Okay, deals with the environment means interaction of, it deals with the study of the interaction of chemical materials. Okay, so basically this branch deals with the study of interaction of chemical materials and their effect on the environment of animals and plants, like all the health hazardous chemicals that are coming out from the industry, how those chemical effect on our health, on animals, on plants, on our nature, pollution, reasoning of pollution, why pollution, everything. If you want to study regarding environment and the interaction of chemical material with our environment, so what you will do, you will study environmental chemistry. Okay, anything like population, personal hygiene, the effects of chemical, harmful effects of chemical on our environment. So if you want to study those things, if you want to study the effects of chemical material on our environment, so what you will do, you will study environmental chemistry. Okay. Okay, my dear student, here is the last definition and last topic of this class, that is polymeric chemistry. Poly means multiple. Okay, poly means multiple. So it deals with the study of हेल्थ हैजर्ड मीन्स जो आपकी सेहत को नुकसान पहुंचाए. ओके, जो चीजें आपकी सेहत को नुकसान पहुंचाए, दैट इज हेल्थ हैजर्ड. Okay, the last one here is the, okay, 1 minute. Last here is the polymeric chemistry. It deals with the study of polymerization. So what is polymerization? In polymerization, what will happen? The small tiny units, okay? Small tiny units that are called monomers. They are called monomers. Like if you can see here like this, they, if you want, if you can see, like I will highlight this here, tiny units like this, like this, like this. These all are monomers. Okay. When they will join up together, they form a large molecule. They form a, just like this, it will form a large molecule. So basically, students, this is called polymerization. What is polymerization? Small tiny units that are called monomers, they join up together to form a large macromolecule that is called polymer. And the process is called polymerization. Okay. So if you want to study this techniques, this polymerization, so what you will do, you will study polymeric chemistry. Okay. It deals with the study of polymerization. I think you know what is polymerization. You can understand now. And the products obtained through the process of polymerization, such as plastic. Plastic is one of the biggest example that we will made by the help of polymerization, as well as fiber, synthetic fiber. Synthetic means man-made, and paper. So biggest example here is plastic. So if you want to make plastic, so what type of monomers you will require, and what type of, and it will become a plastic. So if you want to study this, so what you will do, you will study polymeric chemistry. Okay, my dear students, that's all for today's lecture. I am very thankful to you to join me. And please, students, stay home, stay safe. If you want to ask any question, if you want to comment, if you have any concern, then you can ask me in the chat box. Okay, I'm waiting